I wanted to address a couple of things from my last video before we get into this video. Please skip to this timestamp if you don't care, but I wanted to talk about a couple of things. So for one, we're talking about the Raw Beauty Christie video. I have a pinned comment where I correct a fact that I mixed up regarding Christie's sister losing a child. This was, I thought, the child that I had heard about falling ill in Christie's videos before. Rather, it was a miscarriage. I just don't feel like I want to spread that misinformation regarding that because I feel like that's like irresponsible. I just couldn't, everything I looked at was just kid was sick and then child passed away. And usually like when it's, pregnancy, it's referred to more often as miscarriage. That's why I was confused. Now, I get a lot of comments on the video of people just being absolutely enraged about how I don't like homeschool. My favorite was someone calling me biased, as if I have any stakes in the game. I don't even work in a school right now. And I taught for public sector, which has no there's nothing that will happen if you enroll or not that would favor me or not favor me. So, and I think a lot of funny comments questioning my ability to analyze these things and think of these things as if I don't have the qualifications to not only teach through high school, but also to college. So I have a master's degree, and then I also did teaching for adults, teenagers, and children privately on my own for a couple of years on the side. So I just think that's pretty interesting as a concept. I am fully willing to defend my professional reputation in that regard. I think, and a point I made in the video that seems to have slipped over a lot of these people's heads entirely, is that sometimes you do need professional training to know something, and sometimes that training is education. There was a comment that said that I look down on people who didn't go to college. That's not true. What I am saying is that if you're going to do a career, you need to be trained for that career. The way that you train in that career for a teacher is to go to school. That's as simple as that. I grew up in a working class family with my dad worked in roofing and also a couple of other sorts of working class jobs like that, but he's also has university degrees as well. So it's just like a mix. And the area that I grew up in was very, very, very heavy in blue-collar, working-class families. So I just feel like the fact that I have to defend myself by bringing in aspects of my childhood and personal life and things like that is already pretty silly. But I am going to defend this when it's something that is regarding specifically my ability to act professionally in the career that I do want to go back to in due time. But for now, I'm living out my time making these silly little videos because I want to be able to do this while I'm still young. Now, to the girl who said, don't quit your day job, girl, I have this and I have the day job. So live your truth, girl, and I will be paying my loans for all the schooling I did and just keeping it pushing because that was also absolutely ridiculous. I think sometimes people online are considered crass or aggressive if they are not particularly happy with some of the responses. I normally don't care that much, but when we're talking about something as important as the development of a child, it is not as simple as let Christy believe what she wants to believe, because what Christy's believing is affecting her child and other children. They want to build essentially a commune to put other kids on. So no, it's the same thing as the anti-vax argument. No, you're not just affecting your one specific child. Herd immunity is a concept, right? So, and again, based on my professional opinion from the education that I did and the work in the schools that I did do, you can really fundamentally affect a child for a lifetime if certain points of retention and learning thresholds are not met by certain ages. It is genuinely that serious. And I think so many people don't understand the life of a child as a human being that will in turn eventually be an adult who functions in society. So that's kind of just my thought process on that whole thing. And I hope you enjoy this video. Hi everyone! Today we're going to discuss the recent downfall of streamer and content creator Dr. Disrespect with the most recent updates that I could possibly find as of filming this video. I want to use some trigger warnings as well before we really get into things for content such as kind of general child exploitation, there's claims of grooming, and general predatory online behavior. But first, link source ways for the channel, including Amazon, Patreon, YouTube memberships, all that kind of stuff, all down below, including any affiliate links and social medias and all that kind of fun stuff. Please don't get mad at my makeup. I've had this on since like 7 in the morning. Actually, that being said, I need to turn my other light on because I'm realizing it looks a little bit dark. Also, I want to thank my current members and patrons. Names on the screen. So they're going to be 3 parts of the video here today. Part 1, who is Dr. Disrespect? Part 2, old controversies, and part 2, new controversies. I also want to thank my bestie Noor for helping a bestie out again with the research for this video, which is incredibly epic and slay and also based. Part 1, who is Dr. Disrespect? Dr. Disrespect is a character created by Herschel Guy Beam the fourth. Now, I don't know if it's Guy or Guy, because in French it's Guy. I just feel like in English you never hear Guy, so I don't know which one it is. But anyway, he made gaming content. All of the gaming content was done through this sort of satirical character that was designed to kind of replicate the sort of like gamer character archetype in that sort of like satire that he was making. We need to further establish what I mean by gamer type in the structure of the satire, because it's also kind of contextualize like the way that the audience is built and the way that there's like the general treatment online and the way that like Dr. Disrespect generally like perceives himself and others. So when I say gamer types, I'm referring to, you know, I don't know how locked in y'all are with like memes and like the general like deep edgy gamer territory, but I'm talking like the people that say things like you wouldn't have survived in a Call of Duty lobby in 2007 or 2011, and people who say things like, you know, calling slurs like PewDiePie's PUBG bridge moment, like the gamer word, you know what I'm talking about? Like that's the type of genre of human being we are, you know, through their 4th keyboard this year. Women, don't like them. I'm going to yell them out of the lobby because I'm mad about it for some reason, because women can't want to play video games, like kind of that general vibe. Now, this is not me saying that every single person who watches this person is like that. I'm saying this is the sort of like character archetype the satire kind of is involved in, but the actual Dr. Disrespect character is this macho sort of locker room kind of guy, but he's sort of there to shape up those gamers, if that makes sense. Like that seems to kind of be what he was going for. Like he's the pathway to success for the people that are like this, is what I've kind of put together. Dr. Disrespect's entire character comes around this concept of the locker room talk, as I mentioned, which is more often than not referring to being like super misogynistic at best. Nor actually highlighted the fact that one of the things that kind of brought Dr. Disrespect to fame was like these malding compilations. Now, malding means like raging, like losing, like when I made the joke about the 4th keyboard this year, is like when people like smash their keyboards.
I gotta see. Yeah, the damage level 2. Damage level 2. Damage level 2! And look at his health! Look at this game! Look at his health, ladies and gentlemen! Damage level 2. Damage level 2, 70% health. Huh? This game is terrible! It always has been! It's a garbage ass game!
I knew someone once who was big into like Rainbow Six Siege, who like didn't want to get a fancy keyboard because he's like, I'll break them. I dated a guy who played League, so I am unfortunately familiar. Now all the people who play League are gonna get really mad. I'm just saying Dantes is only so much satire. Dr. Disrespect spent several years streaming on Twitch and even went to events like TwitchCon and E3. and was really, really popular at these events. In 2020, Dr. Disrespect switched to streaming on YouTube after being banned on Twitch. Doctor's ban kind of sparked this huge conversation almost at the time with a sense of like martyrdom, because the ban came completely by surprise, seemingly both to Dr. Disrespect but also his like entire audience. To my recollection, his last stream kind of started like there would be no problem and then kind of dipped off into kind of like a sort of sadness as people presume he was getting messages that he was about to be banned. However, his demeanor had completely changed during the stream. It still had left a sort of open-endedness that maybe something was going to come out of it, but no one really knew what was happening. I genuinely think this is more or less the first time we've heard really foundational evidence on extra information on why Dr. Disrespect was banned, besides a couple of rumors that were very loose in the gaming and streaming community that were just kind of people saying that they were disgusted by the reason, but then said that it was sensitive and wouldn't reveal anything. But now that we have a little bit of context, let's move on to part 2. So part 2, past controversies. Dr. Disrespect has been very popular in the gaming and streaming world for quite some time. To think about it, the character of Dr. Disrespect, being the caricature of that gamer persona, is somebody who was really like think Leafy's Here era content, right? Like the game, it would be gameplay commentary videos too were really, really popular at the time, for example. That was kind of like a more desirable person to be than it is now. You also need to understand that before 2020, I found the pandemic, this is just a personal observation, but while other content did exist on Twitch prior to 2020, of course, it shifted a lot out of just being a gamer platform, a gaming platform, during the pandemic, when people started doing a lot more like just chatting streams, a lot more political streamers I found kind of blew up. There was a lot more time to kind of go into like live streaming content because there was a lot of loneliness from being locked down in in people's houses and stuff. And they felt that like they could kind of have a bond with that person who was interacting in real time with chats and things like that. With Twitch being poised as a gaming platform, Dr. Disrespect was uplifting a lot of the personality traits that people wanted to have and wanted to embody in this sort of exaggerated kind of satire format. And Dr. Disrespect even won Streamer of the Year in 2017. Shortly after this, he had his first major controversy, which we end up kind of circling back to later. On a stream in 2017, Dr. Disrespect admitted to cheating on his wife. This occurred in December of 2017. I'll play the clip right now, and you can hear his voice kind of breaking, and he completely breaks the Dr. Disrespect character. He also had a child with this wife that he cheated on, but they seem to still be together as long as she is still the Mrs. Assassin person.
Hey guys, kind of having a little bit of an announcement. And I just want to be completely transparent with you guys. As you guys know, I have a beautiful family and a wife and kid. And I want to be transparent that I've been unfaithful, and and I'm probably going to be taking some time off to focus on stupid fucking mistakes, man. I'm gonna take time off to focus on my family, and so I just wanted to let you guys know that. And I apologize to you guys and Slick Daddy. I apologize to you guys, my sponsors and Twitch. And this is not who I am. It's not what I represent. And that's it.
From this point, Dr. Disrespect takes a 2-month break from streaming on, to which his comeback brought so much volume to Twitch that it seems like he kind of broke the servers, and references it in this tweet. This is obviously just a claim on his part. This in turn makes the second major controversy prior to the permanent Twitch ban seem kind of silly in comparison, but also somewhat strange. The situation that involved the second controversy occurred at the E3 convention. E3 was this very popular sort of gaming festival that ran in person from 1995 to 2019, where the return to in-person convention was supposed to happen in 2023, but when all the major publishers pulled out of the event, it was canceled indefinitely. The last E3 that was ever ran was pretty exciting, with Dr. Disrespect IRL streaming the entire time that he was there, including when he went to the bathroom. And if it is not completely obvious, it is both illegal and against Twitch TOS to film somebody in a bathroom. But to stream it live to thousands of people and then seemingly be shocked about what happened is so strange to me. Not only did he get banned from Twitch for 2 weeks, he also got banned permanently from any future E3 events, but womp womp, I guess, because none ever happened. Also, which I don't know how much it matters, it's also against Twitch TOS to just do anything illegal in general, but I feel like that's kind of self-explanatory. Dr. Disrespect put out a twit longer about the situation that I'll read right now. This is my first IRL stream as the doc, and if it was not obvious by now, one of the things I try to stay true with is authenticity. Real-life personas are so difficult to pull off, especially in today's society. Doc is edgy, highly opinionated, cocky, etc., and that certainly adds the difficulty in slaying authentic without offending anyone on a deeper personal level. When we're walking around filming at E3, we clearly weren't thinking about the law/repercussions of filming in the bathroom because honestly, it wasn't in our minds. It wasn't in our mind frames at the time. We were sort of all in with the Doc livestream experience and capturing the E3 event through the character. We were so into the E3 IRL journey that we became a little blind to what's okay and what's not okay. We had no ill intentions, and I feel that it was pretty obvious if you watched the entire thing. We wanted to capture an adventure. Unfortunately, we looked at the adventure into the wrong areas, unaware of the legalities surrounding it. On behalf of the Dr. Disrespect brand, I apologize for this. I sat back and absorbed a lot of opinions on the incident and the aftermath. I think those that have followed me for years outside of the character, even before Twitch, know what kind of person I am. I have an incredible support system from family, friends, business partners, communities, and following. I am very lucky to be considered an influential person in this entertainment space. Believe me, I don't take it for granted. We are working on a lot of things that take time. I'll hopefully continue to elevate the brand for gaming and entertainment as a whole into the mainstream space. I have a ruthless passion for creativity, for entertaining people, making people laugh, growing new tools, tech, etc. This incident was a step back, but unlike anything, we learn, become stronger, and move forward. If you follow the brand or myself, I hope you continue to stay with me in this vision. This ban only lasted 14 days, to which Dr. Disrespect was able to return to the platform without really missing a beat, until just under a year after this. On a stream on June 26, 2020, fans were noticing a change in Doc's behavior towards the end of the stream.
Okay, it's bedroom again. It's bedroom. We can try it again.
Okay.
Who is the seeker this time? Unless, of course, you're the seeker.
Oh no, then everyone's in big trouble.
Dun, dun,
dun, dun.
dun. That would be bad. That would be bad. Let's see. I have a 9.09% chance. 10% chance.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's gonna be. Oh, I thought it was gonna be you for sure.
It's getting close. It's getting close.
Okay. See you later. Good luck finding us. Bye. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Oh no.
Taunt, taunt, taunt. Choo.
You guys are taunting her. I did not taunt her this time. Let's go. Can you hide? Can you hide in the garbage can?
Can you?
I didn't notice the garbage can underneath the desk. Oh, wait!
Wow.
Everyone keeps leaving!
Okay.
Okay, guys, stop leaving.
They really don't like being it.
I guess not.
Ever.
I like being it. Pick
Don't
me.
ever make me
Pick
it.
me.
I never want to be it. No.
I know, right?
No.
David Icke.
I'll be it.
No, bad. No.
I ordered his book too.
Bad.
Yeah, I want to be it.
No, bad.
Oh, the backyard, the backyard.
Oh, okay.
Okay, who's it?
I appreciate everyone watching
Who's
today.
it in the backyard? Who is going to be
The
looking?
backyard's tough.
we'll
We
get-
don't really, like you said, we don't really know some of the.
Yeah,
We'll
I
get
don't
through
know
this
the
Champions
map
Clip.
very
That's-
well.
yeah, I know it's a tough. That's
because I don't know this one well.
life's weird right now.
Yeah, look.
Oh
We'll
it did.
we'll get through this, okay? And
Hey, Christopher.
Dun dun dun! You better not taunt me. How dare you?
fuck.
You get to try it.
Join the Champions Club right now.
After the stream, news broke that Dr. Disrespect had been banned from the platform, and he sent out the following tweet. Champions Club. Twitch has not informed me on the specific reason behind their decision. Firm handshakes to all for the support during this difficult time. Dr. Disrespect. After this, the reporter Slasher tweeted claiming that he had heard from a credible source the reason for the ban, but due to the sensitivity, he did not want to disclose what happened. Reporter Mikhail Klimentov said that Discord removed Dr. Disrespect from their partner program during this time as well. His wife, known as Mrs. Assassin, made an Instagram story thanking everyone for supporting. Doc began a successful career of streaming on YouTube on August 8th of the same year, claiming that he still does not know why he was banned. Just over a year later, on August 23rd, 2021, Dr. Disrespect claims that he has begun the process of suing Twitch for monetary and opportunity losses. He claims that he was making about a quarter on YouTube that he was making on Twitch. This is because YouTube was refusing to offer him an exclusive partner contract alike to the one that he had on Twitch because of rumors of why he had gotten banned in the first place. It is also notable that throughout this time, people thought that the ban was due to being slightly kind of controversial and conspiratorial during one of his last streams with a comment about lizard people. Which, notably, while seeming silly in retrospect now, was something that a lot of platforms were really trying to crack down at the time, given that it was the start of the pandemic, and people were platforming a lot of conspiracies. On March 10th, 2022, Dr. Disrespect tweets that the legal dispute has been resolved with neither party claiming any wrongdoing. And this gets us to where we are now with the new information regarding the ban. Part 3, new controversies. Almost 4 years after the initial ban and 2 years since the end of the legal dispute, we finally got a confirmation on why Dr. Disrespect was banned. Cody Connor, along with 5 other people, including other ex-Twitch employees and other online journalists, came out about the reason why he was banned. Cody's tweet, which really started it off, reads as such. He got banned because he got caught sexting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whisper product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that could be read in plain text. Case closed, gang. No one made the wrong decision. Him and his boys. One of the Twitch employees also came out anonymously in the article by the publisher The Verge to also confirm that Dr. Disrespect was using Twitch's Whisper tool to meet up with someone underage at TwitchCon. The articles also confirmed the Discord ban, stating that someone reported the message directly to Twitch as well. Dr. Disrespect responds to everything coming out with the following tweet. I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can say since this is the fucking internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal, no wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. Elden Ring Monday. Apparently, Twitch has had so many issues with situations like this that in 2020, they actually had to make a task force for this. In the Rolling Stone article also written about Dr. Disrespect, they claimed that they were able to confirm that the sexually explicit content was sent after Dr. Disrespect already knew that the person he was talking to was a minor. The messages were also reported to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children as well. Before all the why are we talking about it, it has to go to authorities, people come in, everything was reported. Also, someone had come out on Twitter claiming that they were a transgender sex worker that Dr. Disrespect tried to cheat on his wife with, who provided receipts, and then Dr. Disrespect thought that if he essentially blocked them that everything would go away, which was a very interesting sort of side tangent, but this is definitely like the way more serious stuff. Rolling Stone claimed that other platforms only heard whispers of what was going on and could not confirm things due to kind of the restrictions around the scenario that was happening here. And this is why they allow for his content to continue without offering any exclusive partner contracts, because while there were rumors and they didn't want to take the risk, there wasn't enough to ban him indefinitely. They also claimed that, and they, in this context, being like YouTube specifically, but also there was whispers of Facebook gaming as well, that the settlement ending with this sort of no wrongdoing part really kind of confused everyone about like what the next steps of the process should be. Do you know what's surprised? The usual suspects came forward for the opening ceremony of the Semantic Olympics to attempt to defend Dr. Disrespect. Sneeko rubbed together his 3 IQ points to make the same 5 sentences he always says and shuffles in different names sometimes. And I feel that any Sneeko stream can truly be written by a chicken with a typewriter. Nick Merce also made comments on this. Everyone dunked on him as expected, because these people again are genuinely just idiotic in every capacity.
Yo, checking in. Look, I opened Twitter. Bunch of my mentions are he, they, she, hey, they. Fucking, I identify as a helicopter. God damn it. And I seen the couple tweets about the doc. I'm as taken back as a lot of you guys are, okay? But the fact remains that these are some crazy accusations. Crazy. Big time accusations. And until we know more, until we know them as fact, until they've been proven with evidence, what are we talking about? What's anybody talking about? As far as the leave the little kids alone stuff, this doesn't make it any further from the truth. Leave little children out of your shit. Have a nice day.
So I actually forgot to read this statement, so I'm going to read this because I didn't include it for whatever reason. So this says, the Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the shit. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about. I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. I also want to add before I continue reading, this is the first version because he edits the word minor out of this one. So I have the first one here. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday and with Midnight Society Night, and we made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. Our team is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I never want to jeopardize the culture we have carefully crafted. Everyone's been wanting to know why I was banned on Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding them. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were the real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. No crimes were committed. I've never even met the individual. I went through the lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear. It was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I'll my shit. This was stupid. Now, with that said, don't get it mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no fucking predator or pedophile. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me knows where I stand on those things and those types of people. That's a different level of disgust, and I hate even hearing about it. Don't be labeling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. But like I've said, I've needed to say regarding the ban itself. That's it. That's why Twitch made the decision in 2020. To my team, community, and industry friends that have supported me, I apologize. I wish I could have said this a little sooner. You guys have always shown me and my family the love and support throughout all these years, and we love you guys like you can't imagine. I have the best community and circle. Any of this has made you uncomfortable. I get it. You don't have to support me anymore, but just know that you always have been greatly appreciated. But trust me when I say this to all my haters that live and breathe social media with zero life experience, I don't give a about you. Finally, if you're uncomfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of shit, it's fine, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm not the same guy that made the mistake all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders. They want me to disappear. Yeah, right. And then, strangely enough, there is the TBH podcast, which kind of drove a little bit of controversy. Now, so for those of you who do not know, the TBH podcast, which I have another video coming up that we'll be talking about this a lot more, is comprised of 4 members: Pyrocynical, Dolan Dark, Nerd City, and Colossal is Crazy. Colossal is Crazy is a sort of really, really like OG commentary YouTuber who doesn't really make videos anymore, who really hopped on Keemstar's kind of like wave and it was like really close with him. Dolan Dark kind of just does meme videos and does a lot of shitpost stuff, and maybe he's done some commentary stuff, I don't know, but he also has a ton of subs doing I'm not really sure what. And then you have Nerd City, who was... Actually, we'll get to Nerd City last. We have Pyrocynical, who is another OG commentary YouTuber who has moved into doing a lot of streaming and sort of quick drama videos, but also doing kind of long-form essay content, referring to his short-form videos as his slop content. And then you have Nerd City, who a lot of people are kind of describing now as a sort of disgraced commentary powerhouse, as he's kind of gone on this like weird downfall in the past couple of years. And if you stayed in this video long enough, sneak peek on that, I will be looking into that a bit more in due time. Dolan Dark in this podcast, it was interesting. So to summarize this podcast episode that was talking about Dr. Disrespect, it was essentially Dolan Dark sitting presumably in fear and silence with a little bit of chiming in. Pyrocynical desperately trying to chime in to make this to make this as like not horrific as possible, and Nerd City and Colossal's Crazy trying to find any possible intricate detail to debunk any capacity of the Dr. Disrespect allegations to disprove this in any way.
And everybody has universally condemned this. Mudahar has said he should be deplatformed and he's a scumbag. Critical says something bad about him, whatever. It's like everybody is all like condemning him and calling him a pedo, and they're saying that his tweets confirmed the allegations from the Twitch leak. But I don't think it's quite that clear, because what he did say in that tweet... Okay, so first of all, there's two camps, basically, who are saying that they are former Twitch employees, and here's what was really happening. And they're the people who are putting their face and name to this allegation are saying that Dr. Disrespect was known to be sexting a minor, and that's why he was let go. And it's way worse than you could even imagine. And he knew it was a minor, and then he was grooming this fan of his to meet up at TwitchCon, and that's when they pulled the plug. Is they were basically trying to protect this fan of his from a sexual encounter. And then he was reported to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And then there's another camp of people who claim to be former Twitch employees that say, okay, Twitch was split into two camps. There were people who had decided that Dr. Disrespect was toxic and had to go. And there was another group of people who thought that he was a big star and the other side was crazy. And the people who decided he had to go, we were all aware that it was a matter of time before they found some way to get him. And what they did is deliberately misinterpret. There was basically like he was providing some service where he would, if you were a wannabe Twitch streamer, he would coach you into getting more views on Twitch or something. And he said that they said the name of that service within Dr. Disrespect's community had like an innuendo in it and could be read multiple ways. So when I read that, I was like, okay, it must have been called something like Mustache Rides or like the Big Dick Club or something, or the Dick and Bigoting Club, right? So somebody, do you know what the name of it was? We still don't know the name. But so when I heard that, I was like, oh, I see. So if someone wants to read it as the name of this conversation is Mustache Rides, then the whole thing looks like it's an innuendo. Then it looks like this is a sexting conversation, right? He's providing some service.
Yeah, he did admit, but he didn't admit exactly what, that there was inappropriate conversations.
He said they were a minor and they leaned too much towards being inappropriate. That's literally what he said. And we don't know what that means yet. Like I want to see this conversation.
He never actually revealed the age either. And then I remember in his initial statement, he said minor, and then he edited it to say individual, and then it's like, oh wait, you can actually... I don't know why he did that, because obviously everyone will be screenshotting it anyway for their little drama videos, but at the same time, it's like, you literally have an option to see the post history if something's been edited. That is clear as day. It's almost like morally felt obligated to cancel Dr. Disrespect, and they were planting evidence. That's kind of like, that's the other version of this, is they were saying that they were going to get him on something, they didn't care what, and they looked for something to deliberately get him on, you know? And maybe what they actually didn't like about him was he's like
a predator and they know
masculine.
He's a predator, then all right, fair enough. But just because they don't like him or he's said some things that they don't like, then of course, obviously not.
I'm worried that it's that though. I just want that to be ruled out. That's why I need to see these text messages, because like, look, if it's real and he actually was like wildly inappropriate with a minor, if he was grooming them to meet up, if anything like that really looks the way they're making it sound, okay. But I do have a doubt in my mind, because think about what was going on with Twitch at that time. There was someone from the trust and safety team who had the pronouns of deer, right? It's like they were running a very, very woke contingent of that company. And so I can see them maybe thinking that Dr. Disrespect is not the kind of guy that they wanted to have be a star anymore. And so for the greater good of, you know, maybe having someone like IShowSpeed or Kai Cenat be the star, we got to knock off this toxic masculine guy, you know, this white guy, right? So like, I just want to make sure that this was not a fucking dirty trick played on him.
Why don't Twitch just come out and say, we cannot reveal this information because we are under NDA contract?
Because if they put out a statement saying we can't say anything, our hands are tied, they'd probably lose a fuck ton of shareholders.
I just think if the company that had the game with investigated and then dropped him because of it, does make it seem pretty likely he's guilty. Obviously, you can't just assume it, but
yeah,
he definitely looks guilty.
They must have. They would have had to find something to drop him because of it.
It doesn't look good, but it might have just been that they talked to these people who were like, "Hey, I used to work at Twitch, and he was having inappropriate messages with minors. I saw it with my own eyes." Okay, and he was planning to meet. They just say it convincingly to his partners at the video game company, and that's all we know that they heard, right? Because even the fucking video game company is not saying. We are appalled at this literal thing that he said to the girl.
About what they found,
right?
They
yeah,
just had to we had to act. It's all bizarre. The game dropping him would be like if Tony Hawk dropped Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Like it's that sort of level of involvement.
Yeah.
So I feel like they had to have found something to drop him because of it. But again, it is speculation.
Yeah, it's less what he's saying that is bad. It's more what he's not saying. So let's look at this claim that she was 17. Almost an adult. Don't know where it came from, but let's just run with that. Say she was 17, almost an adult. I think Dr. Disrespect would know to say 17 years old, because when you say minor, you're not assuming 17. You're assuming like 15, 14. You're assuming the worst you can. Okay, let's say one of us is accused of the same thing. Let's say we've had inappropriate messages with a 17-year-old. We're not going to use the terminology minor. We're going to say 17-year-old, because it sounds a lot less bad.
Just planning ahead in game.
It's just common sense. You could put yourself in his shoes for a second and be like,
different.
okay, I know this girl was
country,
17. I know this minor was 17, so I'm not going to say minor. I'm actually going to give the age because it sounds way better.
Yeah, it wouldn't get him completely off the hook. It wouldn't mean it wasn't grooming, but it at least it would loosen up some people. If they're living in a place where the age of consent is 16, then they would go 17. That's already a year past consent. That's no problem, right?
That tells me that she was not 17 and is in fact quite a lot younger. That's what I get from that.
Yeah, that's reasonable logic there.
Rational conclusion to draw there. Did he say that because he truly is a fucking idiot?
I think he just kind of thinks emotionally, whether it's he just like wants something or he gets mad. And sometimes it's like, I want these people to fuck off. I want this girl to be talking to me. It's like, I think he's just thinking like not with his brain.
I mean, with the way he came out with the twit longer, now he changed it so quickly. Yeah, it's almost like for how huge this NDA is, this fucking thing that's like blocking all parties from speaking.
It is weird. He took minor out and put it back in.
Yeah, he knew it was a mistake.
That's like the biggest fucking mistake to make.
And how do you notice that 30 seconds after posting it?
Maybe he realized that info would come out proving it was a minor, but who knows?
Also, is it possible that he genuinely didn't know the age and he's just been told, oh, you were messaging a minor?
And he's like, I'll just take responsibility for the worst thing I could possibly be, and that'll put it behind me. And then he noticed that in his replies, everyone was fixating on the word minor, and he's like, oh, whoops, I screwed this up. I should not have said minor.
That's another case, Colossal, of looking at what he didn't say, right? Like,
yeah.
He would have said, I didn't know the age, if he didn't know the age, I think.
And what?
Nerd City's cringe response in particular has sparked like a lot of discussions on like different Reddit forums and things like that. My thing is, I don't know why Colossal is Crazy wasn't criticized more, because he literally goes on a rant about how if the minor is 17, we should be saying that the minor is 17, because when people hear the word minor, they think like 14 or 15 years old automatically. Now, I feel like this is obvious. Someone who was 37 at the time with a wife and a kid really shouldn't be messaging teenagers full stop, even if like the second they turn 18. Now, I know that there's the concept of it being illegal and the reporting to, the authorities and things like that, but even just in general, cheating on your wife by being a scumbag on Twitch Whisper and then getting banned for misusing the chatting platform and then like making yourself up to be this martyr is genuinely like a crazy thing to do, to me, in my opinion. Now, that kind of gets us to where we are now. Dr. Disrespect is trying to desperately push forward on the coattails of his weird defenders. Now you kind of have a lot of these people really disregarding who Doc is as a person in this whole situation. And then with the recent situation with Sketch, which, to really, really quickly summarize, was a streamer that people found out was doing kind of gay OF content a couple of years ago. That kind of distracted everyone. But alas, Dr. Disrespect is still trying to kind of push through. And I found this was a really kind of confusing scenario, so I wanted to kind of just make like a really quick summary video on everything that was going on. Anyway, to conclude, links, sources, ways to support the channel all down below, including, ways to support me and things like that. I already said that, but my social media is there too, and an email to suggest content. I hope y'all have an amazing day, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.
You can't fall down the stairs if you're already at the bottom. Oh my god, my bones! My bones!